My name is Dekel Quant, also known as Bowflex Barbie, and this is my body, my life, my story. I know that fit shaming is real. It's a real thing. I've experienced it. I've had people tell me, I'm close to looking like a man, or they give like backhanded compliments like, well, at least you don't look like a man. Like, it's the norm for a woman with muscles to look like a man, and I'm somehow, they're giving me a compliment because I don't, or I still look feminine even though I have muscles. People will say that, and it kind of course it's annoying. It's I think disrespectful. You don't just wake up with a muscular physique, a physique that is muscular, especially for a woman. It takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, and a lot of effort, a lot of energy. So I think for people to try to discredit and kind of disrespect it in a way is just wrong, I think. And I also think that as women, from women especially, it's more hurtful because I feel like we know that as women we have so many things already that we're fighting in society and dealing with in society, and I think that the criticism and the unwanted criticism of other women should not be one of those things that we have to face, especially in the field of fitness. As women, when we're working on ourselves, working on becoming better, working on becoming stronger, whatever that looks like for us, and whatever that puts us, whatever place that puts us in, that we want to be in, that we're striving to be in, as individuals, shouldn't be judged and critiqued and disrespected by, especially by other women, but by nobody. My first year I got really lean. I lost a lot of weight to get on stage, a lot of body fat. But by my second year, I had noticed I had put on probably close to 10 pounds of muscle versus my first year, and my muscles got more mature, and I was able to just bring a more full and refined look to the stage versus my first year. With putting on all that muscle, and I think even just getting leaner, when I was getting ready for a stage and being super lean, it did garner some, reactions from people that were close to me, yes, but I think more so from people that knew that I was getting ready for a competition. They kind of understood, like my immediate family, they're into fitness as well, so they know, this is what's gonna happen. I think like the wider gym community and just community in general was kind of like, what are you doing? When is enough kind of reaction. But I can't remember anyone ever being like outright rude about it or like disrespectful. I've found that most men that have something to say about my muscles or my physique, most that have negative, or I guess, I don't know, I wouldn't want to say all are negative, but they usually come from men that are not muscular themselves. That they say things like, oh, I bet you beat your boyfriend, or you got more muscles than me. And I remember like being younger and going out to the bars, like people would try to arm wrestle me. Men would want to arm wrestle me. I don't know, there's two sides to it. There's the fascination, that, oh my goodness, this woman has muscles, and I don't. And this, I think it plays on their insecurities. And there's also, I don't know, just some people just are like, I've never seen this before. Like, I didn't know this was hair. And so they sometimes like look in a disrespectful way, and that makes me uncomfortable. But I've learned that a lot of the things that they say, or like the staring, is not necessarily me. It's more so them, and they're projecting their insecurities within their own body image on me. Like especially when they go to the way to say something like, oh, you got more muscles than me, or I bet you beat on your man, and stuff like that. Like stuff that like they just don't have to. They don't have to go out your way to say that to me, even if you think it, even if you say it to someone next to you. For you to say that to me, I feel like you are really bothered with something internally. So I really try not to let it get to me, or I try not to respond. Sometimes I do. And I'll say something like, if someone says, oh, you got more muscles than me, I'll say, that sounds like a personal problem. I'll say it nicely. But yeah, I've learned that it's really, their statements and their comments really has a lot less to do with me and more to do with them. I can't say that comments like that negatively affected me. I know that, I think when I was younger, I started competing when I was 21. So when I was younger, I think that I definitely gave it more attention than I should. I never got comments like that and said, oh, I think I should stop, or, cried about it, or, felt heartbroken. I never let it get to me, but I do think that sometimes I would give it more time and attention than it needed. And I can't say that I've ever really been super bothered by comments like that. You take it for what it is, and especially when I started to get it as it's not me, it's more them. And if it's someone that I don't necessarily know, I don't respect, I don't love, someone that pretty much does nothing to add to my life, then I definitely don't take it personal. I just take it for what it is and keep doing what I can do. For the most part, women aren't very negative, at least not to my face, or not outright. I can remember maybe one or two instances where women were kind of commented under a post or something, and it was like, oh, you look like a man, or this is too much, or something like that. But that's not a normal thing. I think most women, the most they would say that I could call disrespectful is they would compliment my femininity, my ability to still be feminine. I think that a lot of women appreciate, I don't know, they are able to use me as kind of a marker, hey, if I get muscles, I don't have to look like a man. Look at look at both legs, Barbie, she doesn't look like a man, she has muscles. So this is my argument. I think and sometimes the way that they articulate that can come off as a backhanded compliment, oh, but you still look feminine. Or even people that tell me, oh, I want to get fit, but I don't want to have muscles. I don't want to look, too manly. And so when they say that, I'm well, in my mind, I have muscles. You're trying to tell me I'm manly? You don't want muscles. You don't want to look like me. I don't get it. But yeah, for the most part, I think women are more so inspired and more openly, they're more open to give compliments and, like you said, kind of just embrace me and encourage and motivate me to, I guess, to keep sharing my journey.